Welcome back, Agiteers. So I have here a MacBook Air that I purchased for my wife. I actually got one as well. They were a really good price, and I'm always a sucker for MacBook technology. I really think it's elegantly designed and quite beautiful. Now, this is the former MacBook Air, so meaning that it's an M1 processor. It is not the M2 processor. It was on sale and I really couldn't beat it, so I went ahead and picked it up. Let's see if we can get that in for you to be able to see. So it is an 8 GB unified memory with 256 GB of storage. As I understand it, the SSD on these systems, the MacBook Air M1, is faster than on the M2 if you have 256 gigabytes, because there's only one chip for 256 gigabytes on the M2 MacBook Air. I really didn't like the design of the MacBook Air M2. They kind of made, you know, the taper fattened up. It just, I don't know. And I've heard one reviewer say this is the last Steve Jobs design, really, and it makes sense to me. You know, that tapered look. I don't know if you remember, he pulled it out of the manila envelope, and inside it was a MacBook Air. And I thought, wow, that is the greatest for MacBooks. Okay, so pretty straightforward. I like that they make it easy to open. Plastic first. I remember it was a pain getting the box off. We'll see how it goes. All right, box came right off. This is, well, actually, I'll let you decide what color it is. I'm gonna turn this around. Whoops. Hit the camera while I'm doing it. Pull out the computer itself. And inside is a small kit of paperwork. And I mean small. Let's see if they still have the stickers in for this one. Don't want to come out, and it doesn't want to come out as if I'm playing cards. Okay. I think that's just a piece of cardboard to make it more firm, because it appears to be glued on. So literally this and this. Oh, you do get stickers. Yep, got stickers. I just wasn't paying attention. See if you can tell what the color is. I like the normal silver, but I'm not going to complain. I wanted to try something different, so we went ahead and got space gray. Hopefully we won't need these right away. At the very least, we should be able to power up the system and get an idea of what's inside. Satisfying opening. I don't know what you guys, but I saved everything. All the plastic here, I save it. If there's a time when, you know, we decide to resell it, it'll be beautiful. I got a case for it too. So I'm gonna open it. You can barely do a one finger open. Get to the screen. There we go. I really like that they have the bong on startup. I've missed that so much. So I already set mine up, and we have two speakers right here that I'm actually impressed with how they sound. And of course on the side we have two USB-C ports. And over here, still something we can have, and I do like, is a headphone jack. Right now I have some AirPods in, but I like being able to have headphones I can plug in because I usually keep a pair of them somewhere around. Okay, let's do this. And we're going to select English. One second here. It's interesting that when you look at the countries here, the first thing it does is show them in alphabetical order. Then after a few seconds, let's see if I can zoom in a bit. After a few seconds, United States pops up.
Mac OS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, press Command F5 now to...
No, that's okay. Accessibility features. You can turn them on now to help you finish setting up and further customize them later in system settings. Let's not turn them on. We'll say not now. We need to get connected to our network, so we're going to use our closest one. I had it actually fail the first time I did it on my same MacBook. You may wonder, being a Linux guy, why I want a MacBook. Well, keep in mind that this is fast gadgets, not fast Linux, and I enjoy Linux most of all. That's my top operating system, the one I use most, but I do enjoy different technologies. I don't really enjoy... What are we doing here? That's odd, isn't it? So no continue, no back, no nothing. Spinning. Mine connected pretty much right away the second time I entered the password. Anyway, while we're waiting, yeah, so I enjoy all kinds of technology. I set mine up. I was able to get Kdenlive, which is an open source editor for Mac, which is a newer thing, and so I put that on my Mac. I put OBS Studio, LibreOffice, a couple other things. So the Mac OS is awesome if you're in the Mac ecosystem. And I do have AirPods and an iPhone. So I figured I'll get a Mac to play with. These ones were on sale, so the M1s, they're looking to phase out. Okay, well, about 20 seconds after I went ahead and paused everything, it started working again. So let's talk about data and privacy. How do you want to transfer your information? Now, her computer is somewhat unique because we want to transfer it from her other Mac. It's a 2018 MacBook Air. So I'm going to say continue. It says your Mac is running on battery power. It is strongly recommended that you connect your Mac to AC power before migrating. I know I should go get the power supply, and I will. I can plug it in just a few minutes here. I'm going to let it start going here, get its thing going. I have my wife's MacBook Air, the old 2018 model, and I connected, and I don't know if you can see the text over here. It does say make sure that the other Mac, time capsule, or disks that you are transferring from is connected to the same network or directly connected to this Mac. When transferring from another Mac, open the applications folder, then the utilities folder, open the migration assistant app and select to another Mac. Let's see if we can do this. Open the applications folder, then the utilities folder. Applications folder. I don't see any utilities folder. How about you guys? What's the name of the application? Migration Assistant. Let's see if we type it up here. There we go. Wasn't in another folder apparently. Use Migration Assistant to transfer information, data, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. Use password, Touch ID, or enter your password to allow this. Can I get a Touch ID? Boom. From a Mac time machine. How do you want to transfer your information to another Mac? Continue. Really wants me to connect AC power, so I'm going to work on that. I have it at 100%, so I would think it would survive a transfer, but I mean, I'll get it out while we're waiting. Discoverable as Mark's MacBook Air. It's not my MacBook Air, but you get the idea. And over here, we're looking for another source. Not seeing one. We are on the same network. Did you see something I didn't see?
Isn't that it?
Oh yes. Do I actually have to click on it? I guess I have to click on it. You know, when it, whatever. Anyway, it didn't look like I had to click on it. But anyway, there it is. I have my wife in here, so she knows what the heck she's doing. She's used Macs way longer than I have. All right. Requesting. If the passcode doesn't match, click back. All right, the passcode matches. Looking for applications and documents to transfer. So far, so good. I mean, if it works, it solves a lot of sneakernet issues. For those of you who are not familiar with sneakernets, we don't need my stuff, that's for darn sure. All right. We had run out of room on the 2018 computer here. 128 gigabytes just isn't enough. It's really just going to be an office machine, this computer. So it should work out. Create a secure password for each administrator account you wish to migrate. All right. Okay, we've put the password in. We've selected the information to transfer. It wants us to continue. So we'll go ahead and hit continue. And then we'll hit agree. And agree yet again. Because once is never enough for a MacBook like you. Sorry, I had to do that. It's, you know how it is. I've heard when you have dogs and cats, you make up a bunch of silly songs. And that's actually quite true. And the dogs and cats look at you like you're some kind of idiot or something. They don't enjoy the songs as much as we enjoy the songs. If you hear noise, that's me getting the power supply out so I can do plug in the new MacBook. I might get assistance here though. So you may hear a bunch of crashing and stuff like that. That's the incredible stacks of crap I have in my office. Woohoo! Okay. We're going to plug in the charger. Let's see if I can get this behind. So this is the recipient of the data, and it's showing 10,500 and 600 some odd files transferred. About 37 minutes remaining. That doesn't impress me a whole lot. At 47 megabytes a second, I really would have thought it would go a lot faster. I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little better what I'm seeing. Not a whole lot going on the other MacBook. It just says looking for applications and documents to transfer. It's saying 26 minutes. I suppose we could pause here. No sense in keeping you guys on for 24 minutes. It'd get kind of monotonous. So I'm going to go ahead and pause, and then I will be back shortly. So the migration finished quite quickly, and I'm going to do done. If I can find my mouse, there it is. And I wonder if Fifi's Fingerprint ID will work. You want to try it? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we are going to have her type in the password. Honestly, I would prefer it if it fixed everything. You know what I mean? Okay, it takes us back to the setup process. We'll do that now. Okay, so we're going to say we read and agreed to their inexhaustible terms. Put the code in it told us to put in. I got to tell you, if you forget your Apple ID, you're screwed. You're just going to have to create a new one and you basically lose everything. Why does every step during this installation just sit there and take forever? I don't know. I thought these systems would be, not this laptop in particular, but just MacBooks and Macs in general. The whole idea is they're supposed to be faster than Windows machines, theoretically. And same goes for Linux. Linux installs so fast, so I shouldn't say same goes for Linux because it doesn't. It installs much faster, and okay, another phone passcode because one isn't enough. I don't share any of this stuff. And yeah, set up later. I turned on encryption on mine. You know, our phones are encrypted, so there's a plus and minus to having it encrypted. Yeah, you would want that other one. No. Allow my iCloud account to unlock my disk. Okay, continue. Use your fingerprint. Continue. Okay, you get to do your fingerprint. Woo! It's very fortunate that I cut my wife's finger off so I could do this. It's working really good. I like the fingerprint ID thing. It's very useful. It's one thing I'd like to see working in Linux. And now it will sit there and think again. Ah, woohoo! Like how it didn't change your wallpaper to the original wallpaper. It says old pictures on Canon camera. That was one I created a while back. It's already harping to upgrade to Mac OS Sonoma. I suppose that could be done at a later time. And I'm charging it right now. So it should be good and charged shortly. Okay, well, not a whole lot of excitement. Many people have already seen a MacBook installation. That's the first time I went through a transfer from another MacBook. So I am curious. Oops, not that. Who likes Safari? I don't like Safari. Documents. Okay. So I'm going to try and send AirDrop. Something AirDrop rather Fifi is. Let me get rid of that. Does that mean it's already here? I guess it's here. All right. We watched the Lions game last night, and it was really sad. So here we are at the end of January. I don't know what happened, but I don't want to get into that game because I'll sit here and talk about it forever. Anyway, looks like most things are set up. I am curious to see applications. If it copied LibreOffice, I'll bet it didn't. No, it did. There's LibreOffice. What do you know? And then another picture came in. I hope it's one I can show. Oh, my poochies, they've been sleeping so close together lately. Are they not the cutest? Come on, you gotta admit they're the cutest. Pit bulls aren't for everyone, but we love them. They're both rescue puppies. And the one on the right, the lighter dog, got picked up by the police for running around and hanging out in the neighborhood. So the police picked her up, and she ended up going to animal control and then to a foster home and then finally our home. So we're really, really happy with her. And Meadow's our oldest. We call her the OG. She's great. I don't know why I didn't change the background image. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Can I do that? I haven't turned right click on and all that. A couple of things that I like to do. You probably can't even see the text, it's so tiny. I always go to, do you want the text bigger or are you happy with it? You want it bigger, okay. Let's go to displays. That's the default. Make it a little bit bigger. And then trackpad. It's already reversed. We're going to turn secondary click on. How do you like it? I've been using 2 fingers to do a secondary click. You don't like it? Okay. Bottom right corner. That's always nice to have. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell the text has gotten larger. No matter what, it's small on a MacBook. You can make it one size bigger, and then I suppose you could use the accessibility options. But there you go. Fairly simple process. You gotta admit though, these chassis, the design, they're just beautiful. I always like to have a MacBook around. My last MacBook was a 2009, a used one I bought for $300 a long time ago. And it still works. I still can use it, but there are no more OS updates for it. So I did get a couple of OS updates working thanks to DOS Dude. I don't know if you ever watched DOS Dude on YouTube, but you should check him out. Thank you for watching. As always what? As always, we appreciate seeing you, which probably goes along with thank you. And we'll see you on the next Fast Gadgets.